Is there a nuclear double standard? For years, Iran's nuclear program has been a lightning rod for controversy. So much so that threats of war have been leveled numerous times. The US has spearheaded a campaign to derail Iran's nuclear ambitions. But no one has been sounding the alarm more than Israel.
We are going to reveal new and conclusive proof of the secret nuclear weapons program that Iran has been hiding for years from the international community.
But Tehran claims it isn't seeking nuclear weapons and never had plans to, saying its program is entirely peaceful.
Those who are calling for dismantling of Iran's program are conducting wishful thinking, first of all, and are conducting an approach, are prescribing an approach that will not bring about security or assurance that Iran's program will remain peaceful.
After years of sanctions, Iran and 6 other countries signed a landmark nuclear deal in 2015. Iran would open up its sites to inspectors in exchange for sanctions relief. But President Trump tore up that agreement in 2018 and doubled down on sanctions. Iran is now warning it will resume its nuclear program and limit access to UN inspectors.
U.S. President Joe Biden says he's willing to restart talks with Iran if the country returns to full compliance with the nuclear deal. Iranian officials argue it was the U.S. that pulled out of the agreement and should act first.
Israel has been one of the loudest voices calling for a tougher line on Iran's nuclear ambitions. But what about its own nuclear arsenal that officially doesn't exist?
Does Israel have nuclear capabilities and nuclear weapons? Yes or no?
We've always said that we won't be the first to introduce it, so we haven't introduced it.
But that's not an answer to the question.
Do
you have them or do you not?
It's as good an answer as you're going to get.
Israel is widely believed to be one of only 9 nuclear weapon states in the world. But it remains unclear just how many warheads it has, because Israel has neither confirmed nor denied their existence. It has instead maintained a policy of nuclear ambiguity or nuclear opacity.
How many nuclear weapons does Iran have as of today?
Right now, I hope none.
Okay, how many does Israel have?
No idea.
No idea? You were in the government. They don't tell you that stuff.
No idea.
Who do they tell?
No idea. I'm telling you.
But satellites don't lie. Over the years, Israel has been expanding its nuclear facilities. New images show construction near a site shrouded in secrecy since its inception, the Negev Nuclear Research Center.
It is believed to include conversion facilities, enrichment facilities, a research reactor, and plutonium reprocessing facilities. In September 1957, France secretly agreed to construct a reactor at Dimona.
In 1986, the world got its first look inside the facility after Mordecai Vanunu, an Israeli whistleblower, revealed details of Israel's secret nuclear arsenal. The pictures he took led experts to conclude the site had as many as 200 atomic warheads at the time. Unlike Iran, Israel never signed the Non-Proliferation Treaty of Nuclear Weapons, nor has it opened up its nuclear weapon sites to inspections, and Western governments have played along with the policy of don't ask, don't tell.
Whenever the US raises its concerns about global nuclear proliferation, Israel is not mentioned, a policy dating back to 1969's White House meeting between then US President Richard Nixon and Israeli Prime Minister Golda Meir.
But Israel isn't alone when it comes to refusing to join the Non-Proliferation Treaty. Neither Pakistan or India have signed the NPT, leaving them outside the international legal restraints on their nuclear facilities. Both countries are known to have tested nuclear weapons and possess a nuclear arsenal of over 150 warheads. Despite this, in 2008, the US gifted India with a waiver that allowed it to trade nuclear technology, despite not being a signatory of the NPT, all while being skeptical of Pakistan's program.
There are a lot of plans on the shelves. Different components of the U.S. military have different plans to go in, if necessary, and go secure these nukes.
So is there a double standard when it comes to scrutinizing nuclear programs? Why do some countries get a pass for their secrecy and non-compliance, while others are threatened with sanctions and war.